Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I would like to start this international webinar with a special code that is success usually come to those who are too busy to be looking for it. So, starting a new chapter, I, Abhishek Kumar, being your host, want to extend a very warm welcome and very good evening to all of you present here. And I hope you all are doing amazing. So, on the behalf of the whole SEMS family, I welcome you all for this international webinar on the topic personal development with inspiration and motivation. And to add our guest of honor and our speaker, Miss Arpit Kaur, ma'am. It's a great honor to have you with us, and we are very much thankful for your presence. And as I can see, a quite number of people are joining us. So before I proceed, let me take a brief moment for the introduction of my organization, SEMS. SEMS Welfare Foundation is a non-profit entity established to work in the areas of education, social welfare, women empowerment, skill development, entrepreneurship, livelihood generation, employability, health, research, culture, international cooperation, sports, environment protection, and with the similar sectors. We also promote healthy life, a balance, and a strong business. Now, let me introduce our speaker to you all, Miss Arpit Kaur. Talking about her education qualification is that she has done integrated English honors from the University of Jammu. She has also done various type of research and has contributed a lot in the English literature. She has a lot of experience as a public speaker and writing expert as a Planet Spark. Apart from that, she loves to interact with the people, students, and many more. Now, over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Abhishek, first of all, for introducing me. We are here today for a very interesting topic, which is personal development, which is mingled with inspiration and motivation. So, we see a lot of happening here in a single sentence. So, when we get into the depth of all these concepts at a similar time, so it is very important to first of all understand the concepts one by one. So personal development, what does it seems like to be, is not actually the personality development, but at the end of the day, personal development helps you to shape your personality as a person. So I would love if you will just play the presentation and we'll just get started with the session. So here's our topic, personal development mingled with inspiration and motivation. So when we talk about personal development, what it is actually. So, introduction, it says personal development is an act of looking within oneself and focusing on the ways to be a better person. So, personal development means development on a personal level. And that personal level is just made of so many aspects at a similar time. Because we have like five aspects of personal development, which are explained in the next slide. So, the five areas of development are mental development, the social development, the spiritual development, emotional and physical development. So all these things are related to us and how we are going to be as a person. So how it is going to turn out for us and how it is going to be better for us and for the society as a whole. We are going to understand it one by one because we need to have a deeper understanding of each and every section in order to flourish it. So the first thing says mental development. In the next slide, yeah, this is the area which is related to our mind, as the name suggests. Now, what happens in mental development? It includes the abilities as attending, perceiving, observing, remembering, imagining things, and solving problems. And this all these aspects, they just grow the intelligence level of a person, and you will notice a lot of difference if you are working on these skills. So as we all know, our mind is the master as it controls our body and its function. So it is very important to have a clear mindset and to be clear about what you want in life and how do you want to be as a person. So it is very important to be the master of your own mind and don't let your mind control you. You just control yourself, your thoughts, your focus, your goals, and everything. So the next slide talks about the social development. Now, what are we, human beings, and where are we living in the society? So, what are we as a person is not decided by us. It is rather decided by the people around us, the society in which we are born into. So, the social development refers to the long term changes in relationships and interactions, which involve self, peers, and family. So it is very important if you want to be respected by others. It is important for you to be respect yourself in a very particular manner. Like respect yourself, think highly of yourself, and think like you are the main character of your life because you are. It includes both positive and negative changes. So, a socially acceptable person will always be a person with good confidence and communication skills. So, it is very important to see how you carry yourselves in crowd, with your peers, with your family, or even with a stranger, because it says a lot about you. I'm sure you must have heard about the first impression is the last impression. So, always make your first impression in a way that everybody will always remember you by that. And it is simply about the connections. So, the social personal development is based on your connections and relationships, and it is very important aspect for us humans because we are social creatures, right? We have to live in a society, and we have to do everything with a very social acceptable manner. So this is mastered by developing good communication skills, as I mentioned, and confidence. So a person with good communication skills and confidence will always be respected and will reach, every success ladder in his life. Now the next aspect is spiritual aspect. Now spiritual personal development it focuses on our spiritual nature. It focuses on us giving us the tools we need to become a mature, spiritual, and productive person. Now, spiritual development is usually very much confused with the religion. So this is very, different from each other. Religion is a thing in which you are born into. So if you are born into a certain religion, that means it's going to be your religion, for most of your life, because your parents will tell you to follow that religion. But spiritual or spirituality comes from within. It is something related to your soul. It's what you feel. So, what spirituality means that you are becoming mature, you are understanding things, you are trying to find meaning in things, right? So, it is not same as religious development, but spiritual development leads to the deeper understanding of self. As I told, it's very important to understand your own self first. So, and helps us to find our purpose and focus on it. So, you should try to find meanings, purpose, your focus. What is the reason for your existence? If this is happening, what could be the reason if certain things are happening to you? So it is very important for us human beings to have that spiritual sense because nowadays in modern times people are they are driving away from religion at the same time with spirituality. But spirituality doesn't mean that you have to give up on materialistic things or stuff like that. But spirituality means you're becoming more mature, you're having a deeper understanding of yourself and of the people around you, and you're trying to be your own master. You're trying to control your feelings, your emotions, and everything that comes in between. So there's a very famous quote that I actually love. It is like, we are not human beings having spiritual experiences. We are spiritual beings having human experiences. So we should never, forget about our essence. That is our soul. We should always try to focus on it. We are just too busy in our lives that we forget to, think about our soul or, God or the universe. We are so busy in all of this stuff. So always remember to be in touch with your roots and with your spirit. And the next aspect of development is emotional development. Again, a very important aspect because it tells you about how you're going to focus on your goals and your emotions and how you're going to have that spirit of always going ahead. So emotional growth focuses on the development and management of feelings and how you react to situation. It gives the ability to understand feelings, thoughts, and action. So it is very important to firstly understand your feelings. Like if you are feeling low for some reason, it's very important to understand why I'm feeling that way. And if you are feeling very happy about something, passionate about something, it's very important to understand that emotion, that it's going to lead you somewhere in life. So emotional development involves learning feelings and emotions and understanding how and why they occur, recognizing your own feelings and those of others, and developing effective ways of managing those feelings. For example, I love to quote example here. What if you are going through a crisis in your life? You cannot let your emotions take stroll on you and think about nothing else but just how sad you are, how you have failed in life, rather than focusing on how to become a better person, how to achieve something else. Okay, in pandemic, many of us, left our jobs or were forcefully, taken out of our jobs due to less opportunities and stuff like that. Now you'll always remember the people who were having that spirit in themselves, like, oh, I have to do something big. Oh, maybe I have something big planned. They, they came flourished after the pandemic. And the ones who were just whining about their jobs and how they can, go back in past and be a good employee, they might not have been that successful as the other ones. So it's very important to not let your emotions take toll on you, as you are the strength. You're the strength of your family. Many people are looking forward to you. So you cannot crumble at those times. So you have to be a strong person, and you should know how to control your emotions. I'm not saying that forget your emotions and be a person with a rock heart, but to understand them and to deal with them in a smarter way, as it will give you more clarity and you'll always come up with a solution when you are having your emotions in control. So the last aspect of the personal development is physical aspect. Now this is the aspect which is focused on your physical health, like your nutrition, your sleep, your exercise and movement. So healthy body, healthy mind is something that we know is very important in our life. And if you're physical nourished, that means your mind is going to reap all the benefits. So this means taking out time for yourself, for your own body to kind of, revive and perform better than before. We all know like how we have been, falling into the hands of various diseases because of our lazy lifestyle. We are obese. We are sitting at one places on our screens, not taking time to take a walk or jog or something like that. So always be a person with a certain physical aspect in your life. You must have like 30 minutes a day. You should dedicate that to your body. Just be thankful for your body and dedicate it to your body. So now the next slide will show us the benefits of physical development. So these are the benefits which are directly linked to the personal development. So if you are working on your personal development, these are the benefits you're going to reap. Number one says increase self-awareness and self-esteem. That means you're confident. If you're having good communication skills, it's very obvious that you're going to have a self-esteem. You're be aware of yourself by being aware of your emotions, of by being aware of your spirituality. Next says increased mental fitness. So if you're focusing on our mental aspect, we're going to have mental fitness, increase in mental fitness, greater resilience. Now, what does this word means? This means the ability to withstand difficult situations. That means if we are emotionally, spiritually strong and physically strong, we'll be able to face crisis in our life with, a very positive mindset, and we're gonna, come over them in no time. So this is what it means. Increase in knowledge and skills. Of course, if you're going to work on yourself, you can see a lot of improvement happening in your knowledge, abilities, and skills. Improved personal and professional relationships by being social. If you're a socially developed person, you're going to have a lot of improved personal relationships as well as professional relationships. Now we have development of positive attitude. So, one thing or other, it's going to lead towards a positive mindset, a positive attitude, to better concentration and focus. So we'll, focus a lot on positive attitude, concentration, and focus in our further slides. So you'll have a deeper understanding of this concept. Then we have personal development skills to acquire. So communication and interpersonal skills. So by having these skills that you're gonna, acquire while working on your own development, these are the skills that you can acquire, or if you have these skills, you can put them into use, like problem solving, adaptability, and future mindedness, self compassion, self care, and self reflection. So here is where your spirituality comes in. Self-reflection, reflecting your own self, asking questions. Okay, am I doing this right? Oh, this is really what I want in life. Conflict resolution. Again, if you're not letting your emotions come in play, you're gonna have the solution for every conflict, like every mind and heart conflict or every other crisis in your life with a clear mind. Navigating change and uncertainty. So we have many people who are not open to changes. So when changes around them happen, they they get so much overwhelmed that it's very difficult for them to focus or do certain things. So you should always be prepared for the uncertain. I'll always say that be prepared for the uncertain no matter what happens, because at the end of the day, you're going to be your own cheerleader. So just support yourself, you're your own support system, and many people are looking forward to you. Organizational skill and growth mindset, these are also very important skills to acquire, because you cannot work around chaos, you cannot concentrate around chaos or mess. So it is very important to be an organized person in order to have that growth mindset. Then teamwork and collaboration, we are social animals, we cannot work individually always, so we need teamwork, support of others, and collaboration with others, and we should always strive to uplift each other. And you should not drag legs of others to and let's fall down together. So this is where teamwork and collaboration comes into uh, focus. Now we have the other part of our topic, which says motivational and inspirational. So we have these three words or phrases that I stick by always. That is dream it, believe it, achieve it. And why is it very important to have these three things in your life is Dream it. First of all, you should be very clear about your goals in order to focus what you actually want to do. You cannot have multiple paths in front of you and then you be like, okay, let's walk on this a little bit, then come back, then walk on the other one. No, dream it means you don't have to actually dream it by closing your eyes. It would be very nice. No, you have to make a clear goal and you should know how to focus on that one particular goal, how you're going to reach that goal. Believe in yourself. That is the second part of this thing. Believe it. Believe in yourself. Have faith in yourself and work towards your goal with a positive mindset. Again, positive mindset is coming into play a lot, right? So always remember your own support system. If you're doing something, you're focusing solely on something, you should always feel like this is the right thing, this is the thing I'm meant to do, and I'm going to go for it no matter what. So if you're going to follow this whole pattern, you're ultimately going to achieve your goals. All the hard work will ultimately lead you towards your goal. Remember to keep working hard even after achieving your goals too. So since you're having a goal in your life and you'll achieve them, people usually get, take it casually. Okay, fine, now I have achieved that. Okay, that's fine. No, but you should never take your goals, your occupation, or your profession as for granted. You should always try to look for the ways in which you can be a step ahead than you were yesterday, better person than you were yesterday. So, in our next slide, I'm going to introduce you to a very nice law. It is a very magical law indeed. It is the magic of law of attraction. Now, what is this law of attraction and why is it coming here in this slide when we're talking about development? I'll tell you why. The law of attraction is a philosophy. So, this is a philosophy that suggests that positive thoughts bring positive results into a person's lives, while negative thoughts will bring negative outcomes. And it is based on the belief that thoughts are a form of energy and that positive energy attracts success in all the areas of life, including health, finances, and relationships, where the negative one will work as vice versa. So this tells us to always think about good things, never to have a negative mindset. That's why we say never doubt your worth, never doubt yourself. Because if you are doubting yourself, if you are the one who's not believing in yourself, so how is anybody else going to believe in you, right? So this is what the law of attraction states. And it also tells us about the power of our mind and imagination. So when I said you're the master of your own mind and your mind is the master, that means you are gonna have everything you want in your life as you wish. Why? Because it's always said your life is a book as a blank page, only the introduction is written. You can write the whole book the way you want. Why? Is it so? Because you shape your life. Ultimately, you are the creator of your life. God has just put you on this planet to think about what you want to do in your life. He has not planned the whole thing for you. So what you have to do is you have to develop a positive mindset and you have to be like, okay, this is what I want in my life and I'm going to think about it a lot. So imagination also here plays a very important part because, whatever you imagine, wherever you want to be, ultimately you are manifesting it in one way or another. Whether consciously, whether unconsciously, you are manifesting it. So the universe grants you everything according to your thinking. Again, both positive and negative. If you're thinking negative, it will give you negative outcomes. If you're thinking positive, it's going to give you positive outcomes. It's like a genie. So think of your universe as a slave. Universe will say, your wish, my command. If you say, yeah, I'm in good health, I'm in good mood today, universe will say, your wish, my command, you're in good mood, you'll get all your work done. And if you're whining about your health, oh, I don't feel like, I'm feeling kind of low, no such reason. So universe will not let you complete your task for the day because you are the one who said that you are feeling low. Okay, so the next are the two examples that help me understand these laws. And this law is there is a book called The Secret by Rohan Raban. It's a very simply written book in which there are quotes, there are motivational quotes, there are stories, real life stories that will help you understand this law and this life and this universe better. So there's a story of a pilot who got injured badly, and doctors declared he won't be able to move all his life. So what happens is this pilot is in a plane crash, of course, and he got like multiple fractures, organ failures, and he was just, there lying on the bed. He could only hear and see things. He was not even able to, talk or whatever. He was on oxygen and stuff like that. So what happens is doctors told like, it's very difficult for him to survive. So I mean, he'll be surviving only in this way, just lying on the bed. So that person, he was a very good believer of law of attraction. So what he did was he was not having anything else to do, lying on the bed, of course. So what he thought was like, let's try how this works. And he was like, I am going to imagine myself walking out of this hospital 6 months from now on Christmas Day. And yeah, so he used to do that all day. He used to imagine himself going out of the hospital. He used to feel like, yeah, now today I'm feeling better than yesterday. I think I'm feeling I can do that. I think so. Slowly he opened his eyes, slowly he moved his eyes, slowly he was able to move a finger, and slowly and gradually on the day of Christmas, he walked out of the hospital with touches, but I think it's a progress. At least he walked out of the hospital, right? So, what doctors usually state as a miracle is not a miracle. It's the will. The strong willed person will always go through challenges. So, he didn't accepted that reality that I am being paralyzed and I can't move. He tried to shape his life in a different way that, the God or the universe decided. So, there's another story of a man who gave the medicines for all the ailments to the people. So, this is basically for, the belief part. So the people used to have a lot of belief in that man who used to give pills which were made from the natural herbs, but they were in different colors. Some were pink, some were yellow, some were blue, and stuff like that. So people used to come to him for all the ailments, and he used to give different colored pills to different people. Like, say, if you are having migraine, okay, take these pills 7 days a week and you will be fine. Okay, you are having backache, take these pills for 7 days a week. He used to say the same thing to everybody and give the same pills, but the color was different. So people used to think like, okay, this is a very, renowned man, must be having some kind of powers. They used to have pill, thinking like this pill is gonna heal me. And what used to happen, like every day they used to have that pill, they used to think that, yeah, this pill is working, I'm getting all better. So that was the positive mindset of the person and the belief and faith of that person in that pill or in the man who gave him. So ultimately, everybody who took that pill, they used to get rid of their ailments. So what do you think? Is it the magic of the pill or is it the magic of the man? Or it's the magic of the positive mindset that the people had while eating that pill, right? So it is a very amazing story. So there are the two books that I personally will recommend you to go through once. If you really want to understand these kind of things or you think that these kind of things will make difference in your life, it's The Secret by Ron Rabin and The Power by Ron Rabin. So these two books will tell you about the secret of everything like money, relationships, wealth, emotions, and everything. So it will cover a great deal of topics in this. Now we are going to have our second magical thing. First was the law of attraction. These are the affirmations. So what affirmations are? They are the phrases or statements, and when you repeat them regularly, either you can repeat out and loud or to yourself in your heart, they can shift negative thought patterns and promote positive thinking, self-esteem, motivation. So now what happens is people say like we are not thinking about negative things by intention, they just come into our minds. These kind of thoughts just come into our mind. How to overcome that thing? You're not intentionally thinking about it. So you can do is you can replace those negative things by positive affirmations. And as they are directly linked to the law of attraction, one should try practice affirmations frequently. So some affirmations are, I will do great things today. Imagine waking up and having this in your mind. I'm gonna go and do great things today. I'm gonna achieve all my tasks for the day. I'm strong enough to complete this task. My brain and body are powerful. I like to be challenged so I can grow. So the last one here says that if you are facing challenges in your life and you're like, yeah, I like to be challenged because that way I can show how much I'm worth, right? So that I can grow. We learn from our mistakes, we learn from challenges, and we'll try to get over those challenges in every possible way. So these are the affirmations that you must practice. So there is a small tip, that is make this a habit. What is this habit? To affirm these phrases before bed or before starting your day with pure intentions and wholeheartedly, and repeat them several times, and you will start witnessing small changes around you. It's not something very great, like it's not a great of a task that you have to remember. But I read it somewhere that if you are doing certain things 20 days, 21 days in a row, it's going to change your body. It's going to make this a habit of your body. Your body won't be able to adapt if that thing is missing. For example, if you're practicing affirmations daily before bed and one day you just kind of forgot, or you were stuck in some work, or you slept watching your favorite series, you'll wake up tomorrow and you'll feel like something is missing, because your body will be like, oh, this person forgot to do something yesterday that he's been doing from a lot of days. So it is a very simple task before bed. You just have to kind of think something of your own, like, yeah, I did great today, I'm going to do great tomorrow. So it's a very simple thing, a very simple thing that you must all practice. So now what is this going to lead into? Ultimately, this law of attraction, these affirmations are going to to development of positive mindset. As I told you, it is very important to have a positive mindset in each and everything. So what this positive mindset is and how to, develop it. Next slide, please. So what you have to do is you have to try to look for good in everything around you. For example, there are challenges. Try to look good in challenges. Try to feel like, oh, these are the tests. Okay, so human progress through tests. Fine, I can do that. Do not whine about things, as it will only attract more reasons to whine about. So you will always notice the people who are in good health. They are always grateful for their health, and they're like, I'm feeling good, even if they might not be feeling that good, but they say that I'm feeling good, and they have that courage to keep going. And the people who whine about things, there are certain people who whine about money, like, I am not having enough money to do this or that, and they will keep on whining about money, because what the universe is getting the signal is this person is whining about money. So negative signals is going to go give the negative outcomes. So always think positive. Think good about everyone and everything. So everyone part here is related to humans and living beings. Like, you have to think good about everyone. Not try not to make anyone sad or unhappy. Try to spread positivity. But what is this everything part? Everything part means you have to be very respectful towards the things also. For example, the technology, for example, your phone. So you have to be grateful for your phone, for your technology. Even when at the time of the pandemic, what was the thing which was connecting all of you? It was technology, it was your phones, it was your communication things. So be grateful and think good about even the technology and everybody around you. Treat everyone and everything with kindness and respect. Again, treat everyone and everything with kindness and respect. Do good deeds. So there's a famous thing called do good, have good, because goodness is always paid back. Imagine you're doing good and good and good. So there will, never be a chance that somebody is thinking negative about you, because you're a good person. You always help others. So why will anybody try to hurt you purposely, right? Eliminate negative feelings from your mind as well as heart. And please try to do this thing. If you are having a positive mindset, that means you don't have any negative feelings in your mind. Try to be a pure hearted person also, because it's not like you're speaking something very good and very nice about somebody, and in heart you're resenting that person. That's not going to work. So it has to be a sync between your mind and your heart. So the next point is, try not to speak bad about anyone and stay away from gossip groups. So now what happens here? You are not allowed to speak bad about anybody, because again, the negative things. And stay away from gossip groups. So why to stay away from gossip groups? Because you are not the one speaking bad. Maybe the other person, maybe your friend or peer is the one speaking bad about someone. But it is written in many religious scriptures that you should never gossip about somebody, because again, at the same time, you're criticizing that person, which is not a good thing. Try to understand your feelings and look for solution within yourself. So again, this links you to the emotional part. Like, you are trying to understand your feelings and you're looking for solution within yourself, rather than blaming it on some other person. I'm not able to achieve it because he got it, because he did cheating, maybe he had that, I didn't. You should try to look for solutions within yourself. How could I do better? How could I overcome these challenges without the help of somebody else? Because again, I'm my own support system. How do I have to do this for myself? And again, remember that universe do not understand full sentences and works with short phrases. So eliminate any negative thought or even a negative word. So try to get rid of every possible negativity around you. Surround yourself with people with positive energy or attitude. It will create healthy environment around you. So have you seen the people with the positive mindset will always hang around people with a positive mindset? Because when your vibe match, your energy matches, right? So that is the reason why your vibe is matching at the first place. So if you're, trying to, meet with the person, but the pressure of your family, some friend of yours, for some relative of yours, and you don't really like that person because you feel like, certain reasons. So you don't have to, be in that environment. If you are not liking to hang out with somebody, you don't have to. Just you have to draw boundaries, and you have to expect that the opposite person is going to understand your boundaries, because ultimately it's going to drain your energy. You don't want to be there, you don't have to be there, because it's not going to be good for you or your mindset. You'll end up feeling more drained. And try not to be involved in forced relationships or getting involved in person who are unwelcoming, as it will drain your energy. The same thing that I explained. And the last point says, look for secret shifters. So this secret shifters concept was kind of mentioned in the book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne that I was talking about. So these are what are the secret shifters? Secret shifters are the thing that will make you happy no matter what. They'll make you feel happy, relaxed. For example, art, the walks, music, friends, cooking, baking, pets. Anything that's making you feel better is your secret shifters. When you're feeling troubled or you're having something negativity storming your way, just go take a walk. If you're an artist, draw something, go on walks, listen to music, talk to friends again, the friends with which your energy and vibe matches, or you can pursue any other hobby that you like. So, the third magical thing in our lecture today is gratitude. And it is a very basic thing. We practiced a lot of gratitude in our childhood, but in the process of growing up, we somehow forgot to thank, the universe for it. So always have an attitude of gratitude. So what is it actually? It is the quality of being thankful and the readiness to show appreciation and to return the kindness to others. So being thankful and to show appreciation and to return the kindness to others, such simple acts are actually known as gratitude. So, what is it? It's just the feeling of being thankful to God, to people, to things, right? Not only God, the people, even the things. You should be thankful for things. For example, you should be thankful for air. You should be thankful for your mobile phones again. You should be thankful for your books, or you should be thankful for this organization and for this, whole webinar thing that we are getting this chance to connect and to talk about these wonderful things. Thanking someone or something enhances the chances of abundance. So if you're thanking God for the wonderful food, or you're thanking God for the security that you're having, you're thanking God for the abilities that you have, you'll always end up having more. You will always end up having more abilities, more opportunities, and ultimately it's going to lead to abundance. So make this a habit. Again, another habit to include in your life is gratitude. So now I'll tell you how to practice gratitude. So practice it at night or early in the morning again by writing about the things you are grateful for. So you can prepare a gratitude journal. You can just buy a 5 rupee, 10 rupee notebook and treat it as your gratitude journal. Daily at night or either in morning, you can do one thing. You can just when you wake up, you can think about the things you're grateful for. Maybe you're grateful for a good night's sleep. You're grateful for the food that you had. You're grateful for some opportunity that life gave you. So every day you will have something to be grateful about. And even if you are not finding something new in your life to be grateful about, you can simply be grateful about the air around you, the nature, the water you drink, and your health in general. You can be grateful about that in daily basis. So many apps are also available which will make it very easy for you to implement gratitude. So sometimes we get lazy at night or early in the morning, we don't find the notebook, we don't find the pen. So no excuses, we have apps which are available. There's an app which is goes by the name gratitude only. What it gives you a question. You can set the timer in which you want your reminder to be. So it will give you a reminder. Even it gives you a reminder, both in the morning and the evening, which will ask you a question. For example, sometimes it asks the question, what is the thing that happened today that you are the most grateful about? You can write about it. Like you can write a whole paragraph, or you can just simply make bullets and write about the things you're grateful for. And it also gives you the opportunity to, add a picture. So there is also a thing in it when you get, you're feeling negative, you're feeling low for no reason, open that app. It's having your own whole record for like how much longer you're going to do that, and you can see your happy moments, the picture of your happy moments, the things you're grateful for. Something good happened, you have listed it there, and you'll think, okay, wow, my life is wonderful. So it will always bring back the positivity in your mind. It will help you in creating a positive environment around you, and it also knows to increase the power of law of attraction, because you're thinking of a positive thing, it's gonna emit that energy. And the book recommendation for this whole gratitude thing is The Magic, again by the Ron Levin. Yeah, I'm obsessed with this author. But let me tell you, it's because they explain these complex laws in a very simple manner. We are not related to the philosophy and the background of these laws, because we all are from different backgrounds, right? But it is a very simple language that will help you understand these things. So in this magic, there are 28 days practice. Every day is teaching you to be grateful about something. For example, one day it's going to be how to be grateful for food you eat. So the practice says that before eating your food, you just have to close your eyes, and in your heart or in your mind, you have to think how grateful you are because there is food on your table. Not everybody is lucky enough, and how you have to be grateful for the food, and every morsel you're eating, you're feeling very grateful and overwhelmed by it. this thing. And there are certain things like how to be grateful for money and stuff like that. Now the next thing says how to focus and achieve goals. So for the youth, you are our youth, so it's very important for our youth to stay focused. And it's very difficult nowadays because there's a lot of competition, but let me tell you, it is very easy for you also, because there are very many startups and many new opportunities. Everybody can earn from home. They can do anything they want. They can pursue their passions clearly. The technology is like touching the skyrockets. So the most important thing that you need to focus is the clarity. Clear your thoughts, as it will give you clarity of your goals. First, at least be clear about what your goals are. Dream about it and be clear about your dream. And create to-do lists daily, weekly, or monthly. So what happens there is, when you are having a clear mindset, you have created a whole to do things. You will know what you have to do, when you have to do, and by what time you have to do that, right? So it can be on daily basis, on weekly basis, or monthly basis. For example, what are my targets for this week? What I'm gonna do in this whole month? Okay, new month is coming. Let's create a to-do. What are the things that I have to get done in this month? So what it gives you is a clarity, and your schedule is whole organized. Clear to do, create to do, but do not overburden yourself with it. It all starts with baby steps. Here it means that try to make to do in a certain manner that you can achieve those goals by the end of the day or week or month. Don't try to put everything on it, because what happens is, when you put everything on a to do list and you are able to do, like, let's say 2 or 3 tasks out of them, you'll feel disheartened, you'll be discouraged, like, oh God, I'm not able to complete this. What kind of person I am? So it again tries to give you the negative energy. So instead, what you should do is, you should make a to do in which you are putting the task and specifying them, like, I have to do this on only this part, so that when you achieve them, you put a tick or you cancel that thing out, and you feel like, I'm so great at this. I've done this. Tomorrow I'll add one more task to it, because I've completed these 3 tasks with very much ease and comfortably. So this is how things work. So set targets for yourself and try to achieve them. Again, small targets. Your competition is within yourself, and try to do better than the day before. So do not compete with other people. They are not you. Compete with yourself. You have to become a better version of yourself the next day, right? And focus by affirming daily about your goal. Here also affirmations are coming into play. So affirm daily about your goals. Then the next thing says, create a vision board in your room slash devices, and try to be in touch with the things you want to achieve. So I don't know how many of you have watched in these kind of series or stuff like that, which tells you about how to achieve your dreams. So there is a series called, I think, Gilmore Girls, and in which there is a girl who wants to go to Harvard, as long as she remembers her dream is Harvard. So she is having a whole vision board in her room, in which she has, wasted the posters of Harvard, the inspirational quotes, the Harvard uniform, the Harvard, the merchandise and everything. So whenever she's in her room and she's, looking at that board, she's like, okay, so this is my dream. This is what I have to do. And even if she's distracted, for example, she's doing something she's not supposed to do, wasting her time, killing her time, the moment her sight is going to land on that board, she's going to remember, like, oh my God, I have a goal in life that I have to work for. So nowadays vision boards are very much into trend. You don't have to put it on your room. No, I'm not telling you to do such big things. Just make a vision board in your phone, maybe as a wallpaper, or in an app, make a collage and keep it there, and try to just look at it for certain minutes a day, and how you are going to working toward how the progress is going. And then we have celebration of small achievements, such as achieving daily targets by treating yourself to something you enjoy. Here, treating yourself to something you enjoy can be a walk, can be a jog, can be 30 minutes of rest, or 1 hour of doing whatever you like, hanging out with friends for sometimes. Because the more you celebrate small achievements, the more reasons God will give you to celebrate big achievements one day. So again, use apps that help in increasing focus, and take small breaks in between, as they help in increasing productivity. So there's an app known as Forest app. I think, I don't know if you have heard about it or not. So if you plant a tree in that forest, that means your timer will start, and you are the one who's gonna put that timer. So when you put that timer, the tree is growing, and when your timer is up, then your tree will be fully grown. And it helps you to focus, because you can have the notifications muted, and then you can take break for 5-10 minutes. So it increases productivity if you're working together for 25 minutes or 30 minutes, and then taking a 10-minute break. doing stretching, having water, taking a stroll of your house, seeing what's happening around. So it is a very healthy habit. And always be sure about what you're working on and never doubt yourself. That is something that I've been saying. And try to develop in skills as many as possible in the area of your interest. Because if you're doing the area of your interest, you'll be, always achieving the things that you want in life because you're passionate about that, right? So don't go into like somebody's forcing you to do something. Okay, let's fine, do something. I'm doing that because, there is no way I'm going to achieve my goal. So develop habits and use habit trackers. So there are habit trackers that will keep you touching with your habits. Organize everything around you. I told you, a room, routine, workplace, and declutter. Declutter what? Declutter. Get rid of things you don't no longer need. Your negative thoughts, your people who drain your energy, and then journal daily. Why? Because you need to be in touch with your feelings, your emotion, and that's why I'll just advise you to develop this habit of journaling. Indulge in healthy habits like exercising, meditation for your physical aspect, and listen to the podcast of people who have changed their life, not the people who are like businessmen and stuff, the self-made people, right, who have literally risen up from the bottoms to the sky's the limit. Never ever stop learning. Be in touch with knowledge as much as you can. So there is no limit for knowledge, no limit for how much you have to achieve. You can always achieve how much you want, and try to develop habits of reading something before bed. For example, one page at least. So, at the last slide of a presentation, I have some book recommendations. So, the first three are the books by Rhonda Byrne. I told you about Secret, Magic, and Power and what they have. Then we have Atomic Habits by James Clear. So, this tells you about how a small amount of change in your life can have a big impact on your life. For example, it gives a very beautiful example of a plane. If a plane is flying at a certain direction in a certain degree angle, even the twist of 1 degree angle, so what is 1 degree angle? It's hardly anything, but it will end up in a different part of the country where the plane is not supposed to be. So that is how tiny habits can change your life. Then we have 101 essays that will change the way you think. It will always tell you about yourself, like how are you as a person. You are a confident person if you are doing these things, so it always boosts your confidence, your focus and everything. This is a very nice book, but these kind of books you can't read them like over and over in a single sitting, because it is a lot to take into mind. So I'll request you to like just only go for one page at a time. It's too much information to take, but do give these books a try. Then we have The Alchemist by Paul Coelho. Now, what this book is a semi-fictional book, so it explains you the how the things, the magical things, and the treasure is hidden within yourself and in the place where you are right now sitting, and you don't have to look for it miles away from your place. Then we have Ikigai. This is the Japanese secret to long and happy life. So this will tell you about how much important it is to have a healthy habits, like healthy diet, healthy routine, waking up, sleeping routine, eating habits. So it talks about a village in Japan in which the life expectancy is above 100. So if they are celebrating birthdays for like 124-year-old lady or 110-year-old man. So it is very wonderful, beautiful book. And The Secret Letters by Robin Sharma. Any book you're gonna pick up from this author, Robin Sharma, it's gonna open your insight to something new. So the great book, The Secret Letters, a person is on a hunt to, get the letters with informative secrets. Then we have Spiritual Solution to Every Problem by Dr. Dyer. So this is a book which will talk about how there is a spiritual solution to every problem that you're looking for. You have facing crisis, how everything is hidden within yourself. Then we have A Power of No. So this is for those people who, certainly fail to set their boundaries, cannot say no, and often end up putting themselves in difficult positions. So always, try to set up your boundaries for your own good. And then we have Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. I'm sure you must have heard about this a lot. So it talks about how your mind is the master, how you can control the whole universe with your mind, and how much greater power your mind is having. So I hope some of you are gonna go through these books, and you are gonna, you know, at least try to get into these things and try to make it a habit of like gratitude or affirmations or law of attraction and all those things that I have been talking about organization, creating to-do lists. So I just hope, like, I just want most of you to go through these things, and you're certainly gonna feel difference in your life happening. And I won't say it's gonna happen overnight. It's a long, long, long process. It's a long, long, long journey, because it's gonna change you, like what you are as a person. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining with me and for giving me this opportunity to be here today. So I think it's Q&A time.
Mm, Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful session, and I am sure that our participant has learned many new things from this session. Ma'am,
You're welcome.
there are some few questions which our participant want to be answered. So, shall we start?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Ma'am, how can a person develop his inspiration to the task?
Inspiration to do any task. Okay, first
Yeah.
of all, be very clear why you are doing this task. Okay, and what will happen if you'll do that task. For example, to me, this opportunity came out of nowhere. I was not even looking for it. But since I had like 100 of reasons to not do this thing because of again busy schedule, I don't even had any idea about this organization. But why am I doing this? Why am I actually doing this? It needed like a lot of inspiration for me to be like creating PPTs and developing the whole content for this thing, just because I wanted to share it with you people, right? So always think about the reason why do you want to do that certain thing and how much happy it's going to make you. So for example, you have to give an exam, a competitive exam, and you're not like feeling motivated at all. I'm not telling you to like study about it day and night. Take your time in developing that attitude that you want to do it because it's going to end up for your own good, and imagine yourself cracking that exam and how much amount of happiness it's going to give you. So that can be the only the best inspiration you can give yourself.
Yes, ma'am. The next question is: can you share some of the strategies for doing inspirational work to achieve our success?
Again, I'll tell you to be clear about your goal, focus on it. Where inspiration comes from is within. So think about it, take time, and try to understand your thoughts, your feelings, and what do you actually want to do. See, what you have to focus on your life is what do you want to do. How do you want to do, but leave it to God. You just should know what you want to do, and the path will automatically clear because you are going to focus on that only one thing, and everything else, the obstacles and everything is going to be in blur. So think of it as a portrait mode. Put your focus to the goal, and everything else around it's going to be blur.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, the next question which our audience want to know that how can someone know that he is still um, doing struggling or he need to do work more to get success?
Okay, so as I told you that you are doing something daily, right? Nobody is sitting still all the day. You are working towards something daily. If you're thinking like it's not, letting me in the path where I want to be, it's not leading me to success, then maybe there is a problem with your own mindset. Maybe you are working towards it and whining about it at the same time. That means there is some kind of negativity that is going in your mind, and you are thinking, okay, I'm doing this, but it certainly is not working. So maybe you're not doing it properly. Try to change ways. Try to talk to people who can always motivate you. Try to talk to people who you think are counting on you, and you always need to have that one little push from somebody else, that one little push that will open your insight.
The last and final question which our audience want to know is uh, that any important factor that need to do work to get success?
Important factor. So all the factors that I discussed today are very important. For example, gratitude. Please have this attitude of gratitude in your life, because it's very important to be grateful about everything around you. Start by saying, I'm grateful for my skills that I'm able to do this task. All right. So it is very important to, kind of try to include all these things in like little by little in your life, because as I told you, they are going to give you greater results. So I hope everybody who's working towards this path of success, that it's not an easy thing, right? It takes like years for people to reach somewhere. So just don't think like I'm doing something for 10 days. For example, if you are working towards weight loss, your weight will not lose in just 7 days or 10 days, right? It is a lot of struggle, and a daily, you have to do certain things daily, like on a daily level. So always have that spirit in yourself, like whatever I'm doing, never doubt it, never think it's not working, always think it's working. Maybe I'm doing a little better since yesterday, and maybe I can do one step, more than I did yesterday or today. So just have that attitude.
Thank you, ma'am, for answering all of these questions. And I think that our participant learned many new things from this session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, my pleasure.